All right, ladies, there's no need to be anxious. I promise I shan't leave until you have all been satisfied. And to whom do I have the pleasure of making the inscription out to?
Jessica.
Ah, Jessica.
Jessica Martin.
It means God beholds you. God beholds great beauty, perhaps. Enjoy. Someone once asked me, if you died today and could come back to Earth as anything you liked, what would you choose? It took me all of 3 seconds to reply. Jennifer Aniston's gynecologist. It was years before I was asked a serious question on the subject of reincarnation again. If I remember rightly, it was at a dinner party given by Frank Forrester. It wasn't long before the woman sitting next to me, Greta Halbert, started talking about the supernatural.
What about you, Morris?
Sorry, were you talking to me, Greta?
Do you believe in reincarnation?
Well, I don't know. I've never really thought about it.
You should. Who knows what you might have been in a previous incarnation?
I don't think I'd cope with discovering that I used to be a eunuch in the court of Queen Cleopatra.
But that's the whole point.
My being a eunuch.
Many of the trials and tribulations we encounter in this life can be attributed to experiences we had in a previous existence. All we need to do is identify the problem, and then we can learn how to cope with it.
Well, I'd have trouble coping with being a eunuch, wouldn't I? Excuse me, never mind. Why didn't you tell me that she's got a grant to research frogs and newts and buckets of blood?
I was going to tell you, it's just that, well, there wasn't the opportunity.
I wasn't sufficiently pissed to have forgotten all about it in the morning, you mean?
Point is, Morris, you never told us what you would do with the money if we gave it to you. You can't just go around handing out funding willy-nilly on the faint hope that you might do something useful with it.
I already told you what I was going to do with the money. To complete a work of great literary importance.
What work?
I don't know. Not exactly.
Precisely.
Well, it depends how much money you give me. But I can tell you one thing. I will not be donning pointy hats and holding seances.
Greta Halbert has not been given funding to hold seances. She's been given a minimal stipend to research legitimate psychic phenomena.
Officially, yes. But we all know the truth. She'll be giving unsuspecting victims £5 a time to lure them into her lurid little den and fill their heads so full of shit that they'll be constipated. Sometimes, Frank, you are so gullible. You really are. Just don't come crying to me when she has you dancing naked in the moonlight. Damned interfering old crone. Why couldn't she keep her nose out of it? Things were going fine until she came along. Herbie? Here, boy. Herbie. It was just after that I decided to resign and go it alone.
Gas lecture at the retreat. If you wanted to come along.
Yeah, what? Who's doing it?
I don't really know.
Oh, okay. What's it about? You're not serious, are you?
It's £5 an hour, of course I'm serious.
But it could be dangerous.
Dangerous? What could be dangerous?
You're just going to be playing around with your mind. Anything could happen.
It's regressive therapy. The worst thing that could happen is I found out I used to be a nun. Now that would freak me out. It's alright for you. Your dad's paying for your education. We haven't even attended our first lecture yet, and I'm flat broke.
Yeah, but it's no reason to start playing mind games.
I'm not playing at anything. All I'm trying to do is keep my head above water. That is all.
Concentrate on your feet. Visualize your feet. I want you to imagine that you are growing longer, taller. Good. And now your head. Imagine that you are growing from both your head and your feet at the same time. That's it, Claire. Divert all your energies into imagining yourself growing taller. Concentrate on growing. Good. That's good, Claire. Now I want you to imagine yourself expanding all over, like a balloon filling with air. You have to really try, Claire. Block out everything else from your mind. Concentrate. Expand your consciousness.
Shouldn't you have a couch or something? Shouldn't I be lying down?
Couches are for the cinema, Mr. Harmon. These dreams, how long have you been having them?
I'm not sure. A while.
A while. Months? Years?
I don't know. Years, I suppose.
How many years?
I don't know how many years. A long time. Years. Ever since I was going through puberty.
There's a storm, a violent storm. It's cold, so very cold. I'm hurrying along a muddy path at the side of a river. It's cold, it's so cold. I'm trying to run, but my feet keep slipping from under me.
Take a look around. What do you see? How do you feel?
I can feel the rain on my face.
What is it? What's happening?
I don't know. I feel so lost. As though my heart has been torn out. I feel so alone, as if there is nobody else left in the world but me.
I'm 43 years old, and every time I close my eyes, I'm plagued by a vision of the most gorgeous creature I've ever seen.
And that bothers you?
Only that she's never there when I wake up.
It's always bothered you?
No. It hasn't always bothered me.
Why do you think that is?
Because when I first had them, I was 13 years old. I was 13 years old, and I thought I was having wet dreams. I wasn't bothered about them. I was over the moon. It was only later that I discovered that having dreams didn't count. There had to be something physical with it.
Tell me about your love life.
My love life.
Have you always been sexually active?
I've been known to sow the odd bucket of wild oats in my time.
But you've never been married?
I have enough trouble looking after myself without having somebody else to worry about.
Right, so well, I'll see you same time next week if that's convenient.
Is that it then?
For now.
No more searching questions. No more heart-rending bearing of the soul.
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week I might not even be here.
Now I want you to go back even further. Back in time. Not far, just a few weeks. I want you to remember, Claire. Remember what it was that left you feeling so distressed.
It's a lovely day. I'm walking along a path towards an old country church.
What is it? What's happening?
It's my wedding day. I'm about to get married.
Claire, what is it? What is it? What's wrong?
I'm sorry, I've got to go.
Claire?
I'll call you later.
Claire!
You don't know what it was like. It was dead frightening. I was scared. I was really scared.
And whose fault is that? I warned you, didn't I? I told you what would happen.
I just didn't think.
That's the trouble, isn't it? If you'd stopped and thought about it in the first place, you wouldn't have gone. You wouldn't have put yourself in that position. Look, just stop and think about it for a minute. How could she do it? How could she make you remember something that happened to somebody else more than 100 years ago? She couldn't, could she? She planted that shit in your head while you were hypnotised. They can do that. They can make you remember like it's real, like it really happened. Trust me, it's all nonsense.
God, are you still riding that old thing? It's only held together with rust. It's the trouble with you literary, like you spend that long reading old books that 20th century just passed you by. I bet you wouldn't even recognise a computer.
Definitely not. Old Betsy here is my one contribution to the resolution of the world's pollution crisis.
You'll be riding on horseback next.
Oh, definitely not. Horses are as environmentally unsavoury as the motor car. It's a well-known fact. Well, you won't find old Betsy here shitting on the street, will you? So, this lecture on Oscar Wilde today.
All I'm asking you to do is think about it.
I don't know, Frank. I'm an intellectual, a pedagogue. I don't think I can cope with these newfangled technologies.
Just think about the advantages. That book you've been threatening to write for the last 3 years. You get it done in half the time on a computer.
I don't know. Let me think about it.
Tell you what, we've got a computer at work. I'll bring it round tonight. You can give it a try. Are you listening to me?
Yes, that'll be fine. One minute, the darling of the salons. The next, the victim of the most vicious vilification and calumny. Oscar Wilde's fall from grace was not only a remarkable cause célèbre, but also the most painful and bitter of personal tragedies. No, I must disagree with you most emphatically. The most important of his plays was without doubt his last.
And which was that, Mr. Harmon?
The importance of being earnest, of course. Oh, thank you.
Again, Mr. Harmon.
Thank you very much.
Cute.
I think he's cute. Cute.
He's old enough to be your dad.
Get rid of the tweeds. Do something with his hair. I think he'd score up quite nicely.
You know he's looking for someone to help with his book, don't you?
Why can't you have an on-off switch like a bloody typewriter? Go away! Go away. Don't you realise the world is in crisis? Go away. All right, I heard you the first ringing time. Yes.
Claire Warner. I heard you were looking for some help. Sorry, I should have rang first. I'll come back when you're not busy.
You don't happen to know anything about computers, do you? Didn't even ask for the confounded thing, had it inflicted on me. Supposed to save time. I spent an hour on it and I can't even get the damn thing switched on. Can you do anything, or is it terminal?
One of the plugs was in the wrong part.
Silly old. Southampton or Portsmouth?
Didn't you read the manual?
I've made it a lifelong policy only to read the classics. Try to avoid reading technical jargon written in Japanese and translated into pidgin English.
All done.
Ah! The miracle of youth. Now all I have to do is try and figure out how to use it. How's it going?
All done.
Amazing.
Now all you have to do is collate it and staple the sheets together. You can manage that, I presume?
Oh, paper shuffling is my forte. I'm an expert. You came about the job. I can't pay much. I'm living on my savings.
I don't need a lot, just enough to get me by while I finish my studies.
It's settled then. You can start tomorrow?
Right, I best be getting off. It's getting a bit late.
I suppose you should. Are you all right getting home?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm used to getting around on my own.
Look,
Right, I'll be...
You must be hungry. Let me fix you something. I'm a dab hand with a handful of spaghetti and a tin of bolognese. Nothing else. It's my way of saying thank you for taming the mechanical devil. What first prompted your interest in English literature? I don't mean to be rude, but...
I don't seem the type. I don't know. I suppose it has something to do with me being an only child. After my old man left, I was 5 at the time. There wasn't much spare money, so I just used to take myself off down to the local library and let my imagination run wild. I've been Cathy wandering through the moors, waiting for Heathcliff. Made Marion escape into a life of adventure into Shield Forest. I've even been Queen Cleopatra, sailing down the Nile on a barge.
Perhaps we knew each other.
Sorry?
Nothing. It doesn't matter. So, who was your favourite?
princess in the ivory tower, waiting for her knight in shining armour to free her from a life of misery. Only he never came.
Coffee?
Thanks.
Where the hell have you been? Do you know what time it is?
I had dinner with Morris.
Morris. Oh, I see. It's Morris now, is it?
Yep. And I'll probably be seeing a lot more of him too.
Hope you'll be very happy.
In 1886, he is said to have had his first homosexual affair with a Canadian named Robert Ross. Canadian named Robert Ross. He was also introduced to Alfred Taylor.
I know it's none of my business, but don't you think he's a bit overdone?
Who?
Oscar Wilde?
It's been my ambition to write a book on Oscar Wilde ever since I was a child.
You and a million other people.
It's something I've got to do. My life's purpose, to write the definitive work on Oscar Wilde.
So why haven't you done it before then?
Oh, I would have. Oh, if it wasn't for the great Halibut. Greta Halibut. Every year I put in for a grant and she comes along and within 5 minutes she's given a blank cheque to fuck with people's minds. Mark my words. She'll have somebody a gibbering wreck before long. You shouldn't play around with people's minds. It's dangerous.
Give it me. So give it to me.
I told you I'm an expert. It's all in the technique.
Couldn't make more of a mess if you were using a tennis racket.
What is it? What's wrong? Hey.
Morris?
Done it this time, Herbie. Things are starting to get serious. Next thing you know, she'll want to move in. I'm not ready for that. I don't think I want her to move in. Not now. Not.
I've got to go, I'm going to be late. I'll see you tonight.
He's in the kitchen. Door's open. Just go on in.
And how's us stood today? From what I've heard, I'm surprised you've got the energy to lift that cup.
Don't start. I've had enough with... I just don't understand. God. She was only here to help me with my book and I blame you.
Hey.
If you hadn't inflicted this electronic effigy on me, none of this would have happened.
Kind of like a programmable pimp. Perhaps you can use it to calculate the odds of you getting a gold medal in the next Sex Olympics. Hey, haven't you forgotten your coffee? Don't you need the caffeine?
Hello? Alright, hang on a sec. I'll get it now.
Hello? Oh, hi. Okay, yeah, sure. What, now? Okay. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. Bye.
Jesus Christ, stop that, all right? Stop it, just behave.
That's not what you were saying last night.
It wasn't broad daylight last night, was it? Just stop it, all right?
Why have you called me here anyway?
To tell you, I can't see you anymore. It's too complicated.
Why don't you just tell me this over the phone? Or wait until I came over tonight?
If I'd waited until tonight, you would have looked at me with those eyes and... It's better this way. It's cleaner. Much cleaner.
Fine by me. I'll see you around, Mr. Harmon.
Claire! Claire! Oh, shit!
I warned you, didn't I? I told you should never have got involved with him in the first place.
I just don't understand.
Men, they go through funny phases at his age.
There isn't anybody else. I know there isn't.
Either way, he wants you out of his life, so that's the end of it really, isn't it? If you want my advice, you'll just get over it. Move on with your life. He was too old for you anyway. Oh my God, Claire. You've been sick in the sink again this morning. I just thought... You know what I thought did, don't you? Oh my God. Shit.
I can't eat. I don't sleep. Every time I close my eyes, I'm back there in that church. I don't understand. I can't explain it. It's like I'm never gonna get any peace. Not until I find out what happened to her. What happened to the girl.
That was a long time ago. In another time. The past. You need to find a way of somehow separating what has been, what was, from the realities of the present.
That's easy for you to say. You're not the one who has to live with it. So what are you going to do about it?
There's nothing I can do. It's something you're going to have to.
Oh yeah? You get me into this mess and then you wash your hands of the whole thing.
I'm sorry, Claire.
You're sorry? Why didn't you warn me something like this was going to happen?
I didn't know. Truly, I didn't. I've been involved in dozens of cases, read hundreds more. I've never heard of anything even remotely like this before.
Oh, great. So I just think myself lucky I'm the only fruitcake wandering around. Well, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Analysing his inner failure and blindness of spirit. Samson's repentance assumed much greater importance since it makes possible the return of hope. When he defeats his own pride and admits his faults to others. Milton was by no means the first to use the Samson story. Far from it. The Monk's Tale, told by Chaucer, told of a man who revealed his secret to his wives, through which he slew himself for wretchedness. During the next 100 years,
Jesus Christ, Claire. Not again. That's the third time already this week.
Do you think I like throwing up every morning? It's no fun for me, you know.
Look, Claire, I know how you must feel, but...
Oh, yeah?
But I've already told you there's nothing I can do.
You're the one who got me into this mess. You should be the one to get me out. This is all some big game to you, isn't it? Something you can brag about over dinner with your friends. Oh, I'm researching the paranormal. Hobgoblins and fairies. Well, let me tell you something. You don't know enough about what you're doing. Don't understand.
Perhaps if you went for another run. Maybe if you found out what had happened to the girl, then...
Well, I can't be any worse off than I am now, can I?
Go away. Go away and leave me in peace. For Christ's sake. Go away. Go away. I've got enough trouble.
Please, Morris. I need to talk to you.
No. No. It's over. Just go away.
Please. There's something I need to tell you. There's something you should know. Please, Morris. It's important.
Yes, we should have documents by the end of the week.
I told you, didn't I? I told you what was going to happen, and now it has.
Told me what?
Greta Halbert was going to fuck with someone's mind. And now she has, and I hope you're satisfied.
Just sit down.
I don't want to sit down.
Calm yourself down.
Calm down? A deranged young woman bursts in the middle of the night and tells me that we got married.
You got married? When?
200 years ago. Probably by the point of a blunderbuss. How the hell should I know, for Christ's sake?
200 years?
The great Halibut put her in a trance, and now she's convinced that we got married. I warned you, didn't I? I warned you when you gave her that money what was going to happen.
Look, I'm sure it'll all blow over.
Blow over? It's been 200 years. She thinks that we're about to celebrate our bicentennial anniversary. I don't think she's going to forget about it very soon, is she?
Morris! Shirt. Morris! Please, wait for me! Morris! 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 Morris, please. Please let me in.
Go away. Go away and leave me alone.
But it's important.
I don't care. The world could be coming to an end. Probably is. Just go away. Leave me alone. I don't believe this. It's like a bad dream. That's what it is. A bad dream. I'm going to wake up to find that it's all been a bad dream. 200 years. For Christ's sake. Who could be married for 200 years?
Will be missing at the G7 summit, while in the EU there's talk of a possible Brexit and Grexit. Do you feel the international situation is getting out of
Hello?
Morris, please, don't hang on.
Jesus Christ, doesn't she ever give up?
Please, Morris.
For God's sake, just
Please,
go.
You've got to listen to me.
Go.
It's really important. It's about...
What's the point?
I need to talk to you.
Jesus Christ, what are you... Have you been there all night?
I have to talk to you. Morris, it's important. You can't keep avoiding me.
Just leave me alone. Go away. Just leave me alone. If you're still here when I come back, I'm going to call the police. You understand? Just don't be here when I come back.
Please, Morris. There's something I haven't told you. Something you should know.
You think the two might be interrelated?
What do you mean interrelated?
It has been a number of years since you first had the dreams.
So?
And this is the first time you recognise the girl.
Look, I'm sorry, I might sound a bit dense here, but you've lost me. I don't understand a word you're talking about.
Until now, your dreams have had no substance in reality. Fantasy, if you like. There's nothing wrong with that. We all have fantasies. But, well, now things have changed. By bringing the girl's subliminal memories to the forefront of her consciousness, we've created a link between your consciousness and hers. It's quite exciting, really.
Between me and Claire?
There was a certain affinity between you, was there not? Did you not find her exceedingly attractive?
She wasn't 200 years old then, was she? And anyway, I found lots of women attractive.
You don't dream about them every night, do you?
It turns out that both he and the great halibut are like that. They're both as nutty as fruitcakes. A few sandwiches short of a picnic, a few pence short of a quid. I couldn't believe it.
So what did he suggest?
That I should make an appointment with Greta Halbert and allow her to play her mind games on me. Well, you can imagine what I said to him. Good God, Frank, don't tell me you believe all that mumbo-jumbo.
There are more things in heaven and earth than...
Jesus Christ! You're a businessman! You're the last person on earth to meddle with that kind of thing!
I'm not saying that...
You're a businessman! You deal in fact, in reality! No, hobgoblins and fairies.
One shouldn't scoff at things one doesn't understand.
Well, that's not what you said when you landed that confounded computer on me.
All I'm saying is you should think about it.
Well, Herbie, looks like it's just you and me. The rest of the world has gone completely crazy. Everybody seems to want more than life can give them. My sentiments entirely. What am I going to do? Am I going to capitulate? Give in to the will of the masses? Or am I going to sit it out? Put up with the dreams and hope the girl just goes away? Either way, I could be stuck with her.
Now close your eyes and concentrate. I want you to concentrate on your feet. Visualize your feet. I want you to imagine that your feet are getting longer and...
I always fancy myself a couple of inches taller.
Take it from this, there's no more morning sickness then.
Can I speak to Claire?
I'll give you two some time, space. You know she's pregnant.
Why didn't you tell me
I was pregnant.
that I turned you down?
Don't worry.
That I jilted you at the altar?
That was all in the past. It was the woman that was pregnant, not me. I tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen. She was desperate. Her heart was broken. I couldn't even imagine what it must have been like to be unmarried and pregnant.
And what about you? What about your heart? Is your heart broken?
Don't worry about me. I can handle it. Anyway, I don't think I was cut out to be the wife of an intellectual pedagogue.
You don't happen to know anything about computers, do you? It's just that I've got one, and it's driving me insane. I never did get to finish my book on Oscar Wilde. Not that the literary world went into mourning at its demise. The truth is, no one actually noticed. 12 months later, I published my first novel, a romance. It was about two people so deeply in love, their relationship transcended death itself. It reached number 3 in the Times bestseller lists. Claire and me, we've been married for almost 10 years now. We still have a long way to go before our bicentennial anniversary, but we're getting